Hello and welcome everybody, I'm your humble host Gavin the Kitty, and today I am playing random Sega Genesis games that I have pulled out of a hat. Hello, let's see who's here. Hello Casey, hello Flashing Blades, how you guys doing? Uh, actually we're starting with Bonanza Brothers, just give everybody some time to get in here. In Flashing Blades, we've actually played Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think, twice or three times on the channel now, actually. Believe it or not. But yeah, I figured we'd start with Bonanza Brothers. Just hop right in here, get a nice feel for today, see how it's all gonna stack up. No idea, really, but how's everybody doing so far? Working on a video? Nice, nice. Can't wait to watch. I know you just uploaded one, so. I got the notification on my phone, and I'm like, ah, shit, I'm going live. Anyways, we're just gonna start up. I am using real hardware for this, but you have basically the entire Genesis library to start with, because I am running a Mega SG. We're gonna bump that up to 7, because... and easy, because I am not in a mood to mess around too much. No it doesn't. I don't think it does, Casey. Flashing Blades, luckily, YouTube actually saves all the streams as uploaded videos. So if you go to the streams section, I actually have a full playlist for all the Sonic videos that I've done on the channel. It's just called Sonic Series, I think. Sonic the Hedgehog Series. Something akin to that. If audio's too loud, let me know, because I can turn it down just a bit. But... yeah, essentially, it's just a easy way. It's an easier way for me to back everything up. Wow. So what I do is I figure I stream it, play it, and then everybody can watch it after the fact. Sadly, YouTube doesn't promote a stream after it's done being live. Oh, I got hit. So, that's a little infuriating. I've always thought about, oh, what if I re-upload? And I'm like, then you get the same content twice, and a lot of people wouldn't be happy about that. So. Bonanza Brothers is a good game, though. This is one that was ported all over the place. In fact, this was before Sonic, if I remember correctly. It came out in arcades with a gorgeous-looking port of the game, and then came out to PC, PC Engine, which was later called the TurboGrafx. There's an NES port of this game, for those who didn't know. Lots of ways to play Bonanza Bros. Well, I'm going into the next stage. Final expert video. Oh, that's fun. Easy, you won't get the true ending, XD. I don't care that much. It's just a variety stream today. I didn't want to continue Mega Man Zero without you, Casey, so. Not unless you're a really big name. Well, I'm trying to get there. I don't want to be too big, but I don't want to be... but I don't want to be forgotten to the ails of this platform. I thought it was arcade, then Genesis, then Game Gear. Yeah, but it also had an NES port and a TurboGrafx port, and a lot of other good ports that I like mentioning because this game is actually really fun, and I think it deserves more of a sequel than Tant R and Incadent R. Because both those two games are fine, but they are not a good sequel to Bonanza Brothers. I'm sorry. They're like WarioWare. And I'm good with WarioWare, but what is it with the cool series being relegated to minigame collections? Like, what? Like WarioWare, Warioland got WarioWare. This got Incadent R, and, yeah, no, confusion. Depending on which version of the game depends on the story. You're either a bunch of crooks robbing these places, or you're trying to get them back from thieves. Either way, just gonna keep making our way. Mega Man is best when shared with friends. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I enjoy it, at least. B3313 soon. What's that game? Out of curiosity. Ah. I do like that, I do like this game quite a bit. I've played this a lot. I've actually played Bonanza Brothers with my cousin before. And the thing about my cousin is he's a bit of a jerk. It is simultaneous multiplayer, but I think that's all we're going to do for Bonanza Bros. I kind of showed off this game enough. So, you guys can pick out the next game. Yes, I am familiar with that. Anybody got a Genesis game that I could show off? Anything at all? Decap Attack, that's a lovely title. That's actually an interesting one because, much like Mario 2 USA, it has the exact same story behind it of the... Let's see. I think that's it. This might also run at like 50 hertz, so I don't... Not quite sure. Alright, I am going to turn this down just a bit, because it's... Actually... There. Oh, that raised that. Okay. So we'll just turn this down then. Yay! Audio balancing while the opening plays. So, yeah, like, this was an anime-based game on an anime that is completely boring. Like, nobody liked it. And the game was kind of eh. So then when they brought it over to the West, they said, nah, we're not paying the licensing fee. Because they wanted a really high licensing fee. So, instead, we got Chuck D. Head and Decap Attack, and they redid the whole game, and it cost them a ton of money for a game that did not do well. Decap Attack did not do well. Which is not surprising when you see its competition that it had to go up against. This was an earlier Genesis title in Japan, however, in the West, this was mid to late Genesis. So, it didn't look good, it didn't sound the best, and a lot of reviewers put it down because of that, which is kind of a shame. Yeah, the game is a little louder than the other one was. Yeah, it's just, some games are gonna be that way. Not everything's gonna be perfectly balanced, I can't get it perfect every time. I need to get better at audio balancing, because I want to do a music video style thing. But I've been kind of in a spooky mood lately. So, this kind of fits my mood. Just a little bit. I've been listening to Oingo Boingo a lot lately. And finding a lot of new music that I didn't think I was going to enjoy. And then finding that I enjoy it. But yeah. The Japanese version of the ROM, I believe, is in my set, so if you guys want to see what that looks like, I'd have to look up the title, but I'm sure somebody in chat could do that for me while I'm, you know, fiddling around here. This game and Kid Dracula were the reason you're spooky. Okay. No! The band Oingo Boingo. Been listening to that stuff, not JoJo. Sorry to disappoint. But I've recently been listening to a lot of their music, and a lot of it is very horror-esque themed. Been enjoying stuff like Dead Man's Party and oh shoot, what's the one that played in Ghostbusters 2? My brain doesn't work right now. Anyways, back to the game. Speaking of Ghostbusters, they had a great Genesis game. Love to show it off. But hey, it's up to you guys. I'm letting chat pick all the stuff, so if you guys like have any game suggestions or remember something from your past or something and you're like, I want to show this off, I want you to play this. This now is the time to get me to play something. Like, I started originally with variety streams. Originally, I think I did PC Engine first, but this is certainly... I'm gonna start Sequel Wars, but that's Mega Man. I could do that. I have Sequel Wars on here. It doesn't have to be... Listen, Flashing Blades. Just because it is a Sega Genesis variety stream does not mean that I won't touch these other newer Genesis titles. Trust me. I love the Sega Genesis a little bit too much. To the point where I've been planning a few things behind the scenes. I don't think I can really talk too much about my full plans yet, but just know there might be a music video coming eventually. But I mean, that is a maybe, a huge maybe. It's an attempt at me to have some fun with this channel instead of just constantly doing streams and larger essay videos covering random games people haven't heard of. Like Bubble Bobble! Which I'm so glad they brought this Bubble Bobble back. Very, very glad. Because we recently got an announcement that Parasol Stars is coming to all platforms, which is the 3rd game, and I don't think Rainbow Islands is on any console, which is interesting, so... I think this is the first time they've re-released Parasol Stars before Rainbow Islands, which is interesting to me, at least. Me being fascinated by weird video game re-releases, though. Aside, just kind of making our way downtown. Hopping fast, strangers fast. Oh! Okay. So platforms can be distinguished from the regular clouds by looking for an outline on the cloud. That was something that I always thought was really cool game design. Like, okay, how do I get over here? Well, the cloud is outlined, and not all the clouds are outlined. You can see it in the first stage as well, if I remember correctly. They actually put them right next to each other, so you can tell the difference. All sorts of stuff. Older games have just some really interesting ideas behind game design. I should also say, if you guys haven't left a like yet, please do, because I would like today's stream to do well on the YouTube algorithm, especially since I'm not really covering any game in particular, so it's a bit harder for YouTube to recommend the video. Let me read the chat real quick. I can't offer that many suggestions because I never had a Genesis, or I'm not super well versed with the Genesis. That's fine. That purple thing with the skull looks like it belongs in Yoshi's Island. Yeah, that's underground stages. Oh, yes, it did. Yeah, I need to check that out. Hello, Sylveon. That's nice. Hello, Empathetic Apathy. Welcome, everybody. You guys get to pick the Genesis game. Right now we're doing Decap Attack, but if you guys have a suggestion for any Sega Genesis game, feel free to pick. It can be a homebrew, don't worry. However, I will warn you, for homebrew picks, I do not have a lot of them. I've only got the Sequel Wars as far as I know on the cart, but yeah. I've got Wily Wars, yes I do. Castlevania Bloodlines, oh that's a great pick. We'll go... Or Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is a good one. We were already talking about Ghostbusters a little bit ago. So, well, I hope you enjoy Empathetic. Enjoy chatting it up in here. Drop a like, you know, do all the fun things, because, yeah. But I got lots of Genesis games. 32X stuff does not work. I can show that right here. Does not work. I do not have a 32X. Sorry. However, you folks have been talking, and now all I'm thinking is... By the way, we'll probably jump to Master System midway through. So, I heard Ghostbusters, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna jump back over to some other stuff. Because I really want to show off the Ghostbusters game on Genesis, if it's in here. Hunter, Hunter, Buster. There we go. Michael Dodson says stumbles in. Hi. Hi, how you doing? Flashing Blaze says welcome to die. Carmick says it's a good day when you get to play service games. Yeah. There is actually a patch for this game that adds Winston as a 4th playable character. But yeah, speaking of Egon, we're gonna play as Egon because I generally liked Harold Ramis as an actor. So we'll just pick the first home here. It's kind of like Mega Man in a lot of ways. We have a jump, we have a shoot, we got a special. We have to pick our stages. This is a good one for people who have not understood. The controls are tight. It's a good game, but I think the music is a bit lacking. Personally, I would have liked if they had a few more original pieces or something more akin to movie license soundtrack. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to show it off as much because of the licensed music, but at least I would be able to hear something that doesn't sound as odd as this. Granted, you can also mess up the music hardcore with Genesis, because the Genesis sound chips are tough to rack your head around. Alright, bombs are traps. There's that. I am getting smacked around left and right. I have not played this game in many, many years. I generally stick to the... I actually am a big fan of the other Ghostbusters games. Specifically, the Master System port of the Commodore C64 original. Oh, here's an upgrade. Get out of the way of that. Into the next room. I'll try to my best to keep up with chat. I don't have anybody to help me read today, so gonna be one of those kind of days. If any of my co-hosts are wondering, yeah, I am in the Discord, and you guys can join at any time. But I figured I didn't want to bother too many people today, so I was like, oh, let's just do this. So, I'm sorry for chat, for you guys who are like, why isn't Gavin reading chat all the time? It's just because these games require a little bit of focus, and my chat isn't right up next to my face like it normally is. If this was a PC, then yeah. But I don't like the way emulators have been neglected lately. Finding a lot of really good use emulators is difficult. Like, for SNES, there used to be some really good ones. Nowadays, they're not as tight. What do I do here? There's that. Maybe I messed up. Let's see here. Oh, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff in the stage. Well, that's okay. ZSNES and SNES 9X. Yeah, those are all right, but if you listen, I was using MGBA for Game Boy emulation, only to then learn that no, the emulator has baked-in input lag. A lot of the SNES emulators that used to be super accurate aren't, or aren't being worked on. Will only give you more cash. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. What was one of the previous games recommended? Wily Wars. Well, we already did Wily Wars. But for now, we'll do Castlevania Bloodlines. Why not? I really like Castlevania, so... Bloodlines, stop it. Is it me or the dragon boss in Ghostbusters is from Zelda? Yeah, it's basically the same boss. Sequel Wars, yeah, I know. We'll do Sequel Wars, don't worry. We got time. I'm moving today through a kind of leisurely pace. So, if anybody's like, oh, why is this, why is that? We did Bloodlines before as well. In fact, we did it last Octobervania, but if you haven't seen that, that was an interesting time, because I beat the game, I think, twice. Or I just did it really quickly. Like, it really was an easy-peasy time. I forget exactly what I did. All I know is I played the game, and, like, hardly anybody watched it, even though I felt like I played the best I've ever played, which was really infuriating. But, to those who did watch it, thank you. I do have more Castlevania planned. I like me the Vanias. I like playing as the Belmonts, even when they're not Belmonts. Bam, bam. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Alright. Richter is the best Belmont. What about Schneider from Castlevania 64? He's a Belmont. Yeah, he changed his name, but he's a Belmont. You can't tell me he doesn't count. That dude had to fight skeletons on motorcycles, and that game starts out with the funniest inside joke ever. It's called The Silent Forest, and there's no music in that stage, which is hilarious to me, at least. It's a Gaiden, he's not canon. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I refused to say that none of the Castlevania games are canon. Like, people are like, half the Castlevania games aren't canon. I'm like, I don't know. I like me some Belmont fighting. They're canon. Gaidens are canon. They're side stories, but that doesn't make them any less relevant or canon. Trust me, if that's the case, then all the Game Boy games for Mega Man aren't canon. Because they're all Gaidens. They're all side stories. And we all know we want the Star Droids canon. And that is how I'm gonna win this argument. If there even is one. Hello, Chronobird. How you doing? Alright. Viewer's choice on games today, guys, so... I have picked out 0. So, well, Bonanza Brothers. But, I mean... That was earlier. Kid Dracula isn't canon, sadly. No, but that's also not a Gaiden game. That's just... That is quite literally a spin-off. And spin-offs are spin-offs, and spin-offs can be canon, sometimes they're not canon, and that just kind of comes with the territory of spin-offs. Oh, yeah, no, that next... Them doing Richter's story and all that... I expected it to be delayed because the writer's strike. And now there's and now the Actors Guild has decided to strike too. I've been learning all about the writers and actor strike lately, and I've been very interested to tell people about it because I'm like, Oh, so the studios are using the director's contracts against the actors now? And are using that against the writers, and told the writers to basically die? Take a bad deal in October when they lose their house? And it's like, I don't think that's fair. It's like UPS struck a deal with their union people. My only thought is, now can the editors please unionize, please? Because I know the editors and CGI animators work so hard on those movies. In fact, I know a CG animator. And they're pretty darn cool. Dang it. Dang it. I'm getting slapped around a whole bunch here. Alright. Rystar, sorry. Ristar. No, it's Rystar. I know the writers want money more from streaming, but why did they wait until streaming was dying? Streaming's not dying. They haven't waited. They weren't waiting. The problem is because of streaming, they're turning the writing process into a gig economy like DoorDash. And then telling the writers that, oh, don't worry, you won't have a job in a couple years because we'll just use AI. And essentially telling them to go work other jobs. A lot of writers don't even write full-time because they can't anymore. They used to be able to. But residuals from DVDs and stuff used to go to the actors, the writers, the directors, all that jazz. And now it just goes to the pockets of people because there's less DVD sales. So since there's fewer DVD sales, they'll get maybe a penny out of every DVD sale. Which isn't a lot when you think about how many people aren't buying... How many people who nowadays are no longer buying DVDs. I still do. But, I mean, I am not a majority. A lot of people just wait for streaming. And the streaming contracts, essentially their contracts, didn't say anything about streaming residuals. So, that's why when it does say stuff about streaming residuals, they remove the content from their platform. Which is why you notice a lot of really good series just leave streaming randomly midway through watching and stuff. Because, hey, they don't want to pay out the writers, the actors, or the directors. So that is what is going on with the Writers Guild. That is why they want residuals. It's not just about money, it's about the fact that they're getting threatened with being replaced and mistreated and all sorts of stuff. Not fun things. Hearts are used in ammunition and secondary weapons. Small ones are one. Yep. Yeah, the hearts are, but I still imagine them being crystal hearts. So, crystals. Not the Nightmare Soul. Yeah, sure. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. It's about a message. No, they just want... Writers just want to be treated fairly, and they want to be able to do that as their job. They don't want to have to pick up extra gigs as teaching or DoorDash or Uber. They don't want to have to subsidize their living wage for a billionaire who can pay them more. And I completely stand with the writers and the actors that it's not fair. As somebody who has to write and act for this channel, I don't think it's fair. I completely understand. I understand where the frustration lies. If I wasn't being paid to do my work properly, I would be frustrated. If I was, like, promised, hey, as a kid, that, hey, I could go grow up and do this as a job, and you'd be stable and okay. Only to then turn around and be told, nah, we're replacing you with AI. So take pennies on the dollars because we're hiring you. It is a little ridiculous, especially when writers control a lot of the show. Like, really. I mean, Flashing Blades, you run a channel, you have to do some writing every now and again, and I'm sure you feel the, you know, fairly similarly. If you weren't being paid properly for your gig, wouldn't you be a little upset when they told you that, hey, you'll be able to make a living on this, but now you can't? Like, I'm sure, like, anybody can sympathize with it. Just takes a bit of time. Alright, I think we're, ready to move. They are replacing YouTubers with AI ever heard of VTubers? Just a joke. Well, I mean, I am a VTuber, but I do know a few VTubers who are run by AI, but that's on purpose, and their written scripts are weird. I do not understand the fascination behind it, but sometimes I catch myself watching and then going, why? What? But, no, yeah, no, I understand it. Honestly, I'm not too worried either way. Things could have been most horrible. Yes, Romana says, but it's nowhere near sustainable right now. Exactly. I'd be rather upset. Exactly, Flashing Blades. And that's the problem. Is the fact that it's upset. It's upsetting to hear that these creators of these shows are being hurt, and the only one being hurt by this is the consumer and the writers and the actors, because consumers no longer get to watch their favorite shows, and they don't get to see them being made anymore because they've gone downhill, or they're using an AI and the writing's not there anymore. There's just lots of problems that come with it. So I did see some people say episode red. However, I think we're gonna go with the EX demo. Oh, my bad. My bad. It's not that one. It's up here. My bad. Zip sage text update regular OST. Yeah, regular OST. Sorry, had to read for a moment. So yeah. Can learn, but they'll never be as good as... Yeah, exactly. But they don't want their job to change. And I get it. Like, you don't want to just be an editor. You want to write. You have creative aspirations. I'm a creative person. I draw. I draw for this channel. I do all of my own artwork. I do all of the backgrounds and work for that. I do all the editing for this. I do the scripting. I do the animation on my VTuber model. I do all of it. And I work hard. Yeah, I do have a small team, but that's not... But I'm not discounting them for that. Like, when I say that I'm the one doing it, I mean that I'm the one sitting down at my desk each day, focused on the channel. Like, I have Casey help out with streams, but she literally just gets in front of the mic. Sometimes I ask her to do a little bit more here or there. But regardless, I know that I'm the one who should be focused on this stuff. Anyways, Mega Man 4. Let's go. Sequel Wars is a great game. I cannot wait for the EX episode Red to come out. That is what I've been truly waiting on, because it's all new content. I love the fact that they're making 2 versions of each game. I think it's absolutely insane the amount of content they're stuffing in this cartridge. The fact that it's going to be, I believe, either the second cartridge or the third cartridge to use the maximum storage for a cart on the Genesis is absurd to me. Anyways, technical stuff aside, how is everybody holding up today? Anybody, you know, screaming, crying, doing the insane? I want 5's coil. Alright, let me check up. Kronos is Just Man. Our Just Man? Oh, confusing. Hello, Foxino, welcome! Suddenly Mega Man World bosses! Exactly! It's so cool, I love this so much. This just makes me... This puts a smile on my face. I hope there's a little, in the manual, I hope there's like a little story behind this stuff. One thing that I really want is I want Bass playable, but I don't think they're gonna add Bass as a playable character. It's just gonna be Roll Mega Man and Proto Man, which is a shame, because I like me some Bass. Give me the double jump. Give me the insane moveset. I like the new enemies, by the way. Okay, we're just gonna use an E-Tank real quick. Got a new TV to use as a monitor. Ooh, nice! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I thought about getting a third monitor for setup purposes, just so I could have a chat window. You know, one specifically built for chat. You know, kind of a vertical screen. But then I'm like, yeah, I don't really need it, so... There's all sorts of stuff where I'm like, I could get it, but I don't really need it. Hey, Dustman called. It wants its get... Wait a minute. Anyways, stupid jokes aside. Yikes, there we go. I love that it uses the 6-button controls. Ooh. Dang it. Could Bass play like his Mega Man Bass counterpart? I hope. No Bass. Yeah, no Bass rate for now. That's okay. It's alright, Foxino. I want Bass too. Now, I'm sure Flashing Blades wants Bass.exe. But I think that's a little too overpowered, if you know what I mean. Honestly, if my... I don't know if any of the D-Pad alumni are watching at the moment, but if they do a video on the Sequel Wars, and Rick has an opening plan for it, I want to be in the opening. Write me a little part in the script. I do not mind. Because by the time they get around to it, my Fursuit head should be here, so we won't break the illusion of me not being a cat person. I do not mind. I have recording software. I have stuff to make physical video of myself. So, like, if anybody wants any visual gags of something stupid for their channel, like, just ask me. I'm always down to record something stupid. I need to get better, I need excuses, and I don't have that many physical video ideas. I used to when I was younger, but I don't anymore, and I didn't write any of them down, so I'm like, okay, well, they wouldn't be as funny nowadays, so... You know. Double... Zero and MVC3. There's no such thing as too overpowered. It's dead. You didn't kill it hard enough. That's fair. Alright. Gyro attack. Hey, Dustman called. He wants us. Wait a minute. Yes, I just used the same joke twice. This mini-boss is funny. It's chirping. Up and downs, implying the existence of left and rights. That's fair. Why isn't there left and rights? That seems like a really fun idea. A vertical level with left and right shooting enemies that look like the up and downs, but aren't. Because they move left and right. I will design that enemy. I could program that enemy, probably, if I wanted to. Balloon up. Balloon. Alright. Trying to catch up on chat right now, I'm sorry. Favorite Mega Man Battle Network final boss? I like Gregor and Falzar. I like both those two fights. But I also have been... I've also enjoyed... So... I also enjoyed Duo. Duo was fun. But so was, Nebula Gray. Oh, there's too many choices. Too many choices. I've never fought Alpha. So... I still haven't beat Battle Network 3, so... It might go to Alpha once I get there, but I'm not sure. The Bug Frag monster was fun. That was a fun fight. Over a bit fast, but it was fun. And the Life Virus was alright. NT Warrior had a... Or, not NT Warrior. Network Transmission had some good fights, too. Alright. Up, over, and across. Thank you, Eddie. Alright. Plant barrier. I know, plant barrier in the fire stage. How absurd. But Plant Man is weak to Blizzard, not fire, so... Fight me, interwebs. To my side. Beat. No! Beat. Avenge me. Okay. Life Virus is up there for me. Yeah. I haven't played WS either. Like, I haven't finished WS. Like, I did one time, but I don't remember it. If we have another Genesis suggestion, please drop it in the chat. We will pick that game next. Ah, too slow that time. Oh, it was right there, too. Tribe Trances, yeah, it's cool. I don't really know what's going on in chat anymore. You guys have been moving at a pace. Tiki Tac Tribe Trances, hello, welcome. How you doing? We're doing a Genesis variety stream today, so for those who don't know what that entails, it is... I play a bunch of Genesis games based on viewer recommendation, and, oh, this is so cool. There's been 3 demos of this, by the way. One with Skullman EX, one with Toadman EX, and, Dustman EX. I'm playing the one with Skullman. Contra! Alright, we'll do Contra next. Quote-unquote legit games. I've got a little bit of everything. So. But Contra it is. Hard Corpse. Sonic 4, please. Sonic 4 isn't even on Genesis. Sylviana actually did Sonic 4 and episode 1 and 2 and Metal on the channel already. Like I have with most Sonic games. I suck at Contra, by the way, so. Sonic 5. I'm not sure I have that one. I like that Contra just leans into its insanity sometimes. Oh god, Casey, I hate that idea. That is scary. Chronobert says everyone sucks at Contra. Tell that to the speedrunning community. They are insane. Alright. Hey, at least we're not playing Probotector, right? Alright. Just gonna shoot away. No, I want my... I just... Ah... Hello, good old Elray. Are we in TMNT New York? Maybe. But yes, if you guys want to drop some likes, that would be helpful. I am now about an hour in. It doesn't feel like an hour. We might go a little long today, so if you guys put some likes in, put some, subscribe if you haven't already. Helps us out with the algorithm, allows me to go longer on these streams. I don't really have much Contra facts. I haven't done much research into this series. I need to get used to my buttons. Watch out for Shredder. You know what, just because... Just because you guys keep talking about TMNT. Controller equal a lot of aliens and robots and insanity. Insane people. Anthropomorphic creatures. Anyways. I've also played this one for the channel, actually. Lots of good stuff. I like Turtles. Believe it or not, I actually really do like the Ninja Turtles. I'm not as up-to-date with them as I used to be, but, I mean, hey, I still watch it every now and again, and, The Last Ronin was really, really good. Definitely worth a read if you haven't checked it out yet. A story about Michelangelo being the last Ninja Turtle and he has to avenge his brothers. Ugh, so good. Sad ending, though, but I'm excited to see the new set of Turtles. And, of course, I mean, there was that time with the Power Rangers in space, and that new time with the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, and that second time with Mighty Morphin. You know, where they got new forms that turned them into dinosaurs. Based on the Power Coin. Still need to read that, actually, but, I did plan on going back to the Turtles at some point, showing off the N64 era of games, the GameCube era of games. Alright. Well, aside from me not playing the best here, my experience with the Turtles is mainly the movies. That's a pretty good place to stop. Mighty, Morbings? No, Mighty Morphin. Little pet project. Mental recap of the Battle Network series before replaying them. If you have any jokes for me to do, listen, Flashing Blades, if you want to do a mental recap of Battle Network, and have any, like, and want to just throw in random jokes into it, please, call me up, hit me up. I will record random stuff. I've got random little props. I've got PETs and battle chips and stuff. I could do stupid shit. You know. Could do a little bit of editing on my side and then just send you the file to put in your video. Start with the jacking in the oven scene. I'm just standing over here with my the Presto suit on, and I'm just sitting in front of the oven like, wait, this isn't safe, and it just explodes. Could be fun. Oh. If anybody, Fatal Fury 2. Alright. That is another really good one. Haven't played it as much as Street Fighter, but Fatal Rewind Fury 2. And then I'll be done. Okay. I know this is a better game on the Neo Geo, but hey, why not? Oh, that's right. The Fatal Fury games I don't think work on this Genesis. At least not the way I play them. Fatal Fury 2 at least didn't. Gonna open up another Jolly Rancher here real quick. And of course I gotta go with my man Terry. Why not the beach? I actually have King of the Fighters 15, 16, whichever the newest one that came out is. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. I want to get that new Fatal Fury when it comes out. We gotta fight not Balrog over here. I guess based on the timing of the release, not Mike from Street Fighter 1. Dang it. I haven't answered that, actually. Cherry. Cherry and apple are two of my favorites. If you could do a mix of those two flavors, that'd be cool. Ooh, make like an orange creamsicle flavor Jolly Rancher. Why haven't they done that? See, that seems like a good idea. I'd buy that in a heartbeat. At least to try it. Do we have another pick for a different game? Yeah, I just like the cherry flavoring. I also like strawberries a lot, too. That's another flavor where I'm like, why don't they just do that flavor? Alright. Me getting my butt kicked is not a, you know, kind of figured that would happen. Oh, the Mega Man X bootleg? I don't think I have that in here, actually. I might? Wily Wars? I don't have the Mega Man X bootleg, I'm sorry. Unless it's in R. Oh, I do! I do. This is a bootleg, guys. We're going in for a bootleg today. Duke Nukem 3D. I do have Splatterhouse and Rise Star, so we could do both of those if you guys wanted. Up to you. Up to you. So this is X3. The story behind this is hilarious to me, by the way. They were told that X couldn't run on the Genesis. So they got in a big old fight and said, nah, look at this. And then which is hilarious, because there was a guy working on a Genesis X1 port that is a lot better than this. Anyways. Sylveon Chan, was this the version of X3 that you've been playing this whole time? I'm so sorry. Bless your soul. Oh, I do remember those. Those were weird. I got no thought. Head empty. Hey, Flashing Blades, you gonna make a video about this one? If not, I will. I could do a Mega Man bootleg video. You guys want to see me do a Mega Man bootleg video? I will gladly do a Mega Man bootleg video. I know, like, yeah, there's Mega Man clones. There's stuff like Azure, Striker, Gunvolt, and stuff. But bootlegs is a whole nother story. I actually know of a lot of bootlegs in the Mega Man series. Isn't it interesting that they use the fully done X sprite from X1, fully armored, instead of like the fully armored X3 sprite, because this is X3. I mean, I did get Zukiro Z working on my, on an emulator the other day, so... Actually, it's been a couple months by now, but, yeah. So, I mean, I could. Don't you love it when the screen needs to scroll? Alright, so you do plan on doing it. I plan on doing one as well. Because I know about a lot of bootlegs in this franchise, and I've played a lot of them. Just because I think they're really goofy. Like, hardly any of them are actually any good. This is not good. Sometimes it feels kinda close to X. And then other moments it's like, wow, you're new to Genesis hardware, aren't you? Gotta, like, forcibly shift the camera upward. It's certainly a game! right up here should be a boss door. If I'm not going that crazy. Yeah, we'll do Rise Door next. That sounds like a fun plan. No, it's not, Sylveon. This does not play better than X7. Alright. Rise Star is a pretty good game. I like it, at least. I don't have a movie theater where I could do that, good old Ray. But I can do a video where it's a... when I do the bootleg video, it'll be a little later down the line, but... I think I've got a few different videos planned. Like, I've got stuff for Bubble Bobble planned, and Sonic... The Sonic one I just need to record. Bubble Bobble 1 requires more research, because I kept finding games after I thought I'd finished my research. I was like, oh! Yeah! This is all the games, right? I got the timeline figured out, I can make a video on how not to make a video game sequel. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, Super Bubble Bobble? That wasn't listed on the Wikipedia page. In fact, this wasn't even listed under ports! And then I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I found another one, and another one, and I'm like, what is going on? So, if you're at all curious, where half my time is spent, it is spent on the cutting room floor trying to figure out how many games a series has. Because Bubble Bobble keeps giving me new surprises. I'm not even talking about the puzzle game. I'm only talking about the one. So I had to I got an achievement on this game once, for one of the collections. You have to play this whole stage without getting hit for the entire first world. It's kind of cool. The physics and momentum here is really fun. Game's also really hard. Hold right on this, and you will do that. Boss fight time! Anyways. I see Toe Jam and Earl. Earthworm Jim. Alien 3. Those are all great titles. Height bonus. Alright, so let's just run down the line here. I don't really like Toe Jam Earl that much, so I'm just gonna go to Earthworm Jim. Casey, if you like Toe Jam Earl, we can do that for the channel, but you're gonna be the one playing, man, because I got nothing. Earthworm Jim, yeah, we'll do Jim, because 2 is cool, but eh. I do feel bad about the developers of that new Earthworm Jim game. Because they got screwed over by Tommy Tallarico. They were making this new Earthworm Jim. They showed it off. It looked promising, and then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, no, that's not coming out because the console it was announced for was completely vaporware and was just a scam for cryptocurrency. And I'm like, that is a shame. Like, I had hope. Some people argue whether this, the HD remake, or the SNES version is the proper version to play. To that I say, whichever one makes you feel happy. I'm messing this up hardcore. I don't remember how you hook onto that. Oh, there we go. Add some more shots. Hello, Marcin. Hello, Demon Dog. Yeah. Tommy Tallarico was making, got the licensing rights to Intellivision, and then they were planning on making a new console, kind of like the Atari VCS. In fact, exactly like the Atari VCS. And it was supposed to be this kind of underpowered thing, and then instead of actually releasing it and making a good product, they said they announced that it would be playing. It'd be using NFTs. Like, every game would come with an NFT mint. And then, right after that, the console was given a launch date. It never came out. And then Tommy Tallarico kind of ran and hid. And I've heard nothing else of it since, other than vaporware. And it hurts me a little bit, because I actually like Earthworm Jim quite a bit. I know the creator of Earthworm Jim's kind of a shithole, but I mean, I like his creations. I even read Cardboard, which is a really good graphic novel, by the way. Not like the best graphic novel I've ever read, but it was good, especially for a kid in high school. Like, I was in like high school. I was in like middle school, high school, somewhere around there, and I was reading Cardboard when it first came out. It was good. I liked it. I like the old cartoon, too. Kind of hoping they bring that back, at least. At least bring the cartoon back. Same voice actors and everything, please. That show was funny, okay? I may have qualms with some creators, but not... Generally, I don't have a problem with their... If I have a problem with the creator, 9 times out of 10, I can separate the art from the artist. Because I separate myself from my artwork quite a bit. In fact, I've learned within recent months that most people don't even know I do art. Which is fascinating to me. Well, time to pick the next game. Oh, I didn't do anything differently to the input, to the latency on that, Marcin. I got through appointment 2 of 2. Nice. Good job. Alien 3 was the next one that was listed. Okay. Alright. Sonic 1. Chronos says no one can stop him. Oh, some people have said Sonic 3, and other people have said Sonic 1. I don't know what to pick. Oh, it's just more Contra. Maybe? More of an explorative Contra? I don't know. I don't like how far to the right of the screen I am. This is okay. I don't think it's blowing me away. It's definitely a licensed game. I will give people that. This is definitely a licensed game. Rock and roll racing will get me copyright struck. I know that for a fact, because I've seen that game played. Like, all the music in that game is copyrighted to heck and back. Alright, yeah, no, can't keep doing that. Altered Beast, then we'll switch over to Sonic. Sonic Spinball. You can just say Sonic Spinball, not... You don't have to put the Hedgehog. Right. There isn't really any other Sonic on the Genesis. Copyright was a mistake. Copyright wasn't always a mistake.
Rise from your grave.
Giant mega corporations that hold copyrights is a mistake. I'll do a little bit Altered Beast. Welcome to your doom. Yep. This is another one with an NES port. I might pick up an EverDrive for my Famicom. So that way then I can show you guys some weird NES titles. Just a little bit faster than I can normally. Oh, now you come? Darn it. See, because you can finish the stage early by getting all the things and then getting to the guy. Alright. Well, we'll do Spinball for a little bit. I'm not really a big fan of the jump button being on the far button. No, I cannot. I have no such ability. And even if I did, I wouldn't let you on to the inkling of how I got it. I do find it weird that he doesn't have a tail in the wolf form. You'll never unsee that, by the way. He doesn't have a tail in the wolf form. Somebody messed up. It's okay. I've forgotten tails on stuff too if I'm not when I was just starting out. No, it wasn't Chrono Bird. I think that goes to Kangaroo on the arcades, but yeah, Altered Beast is one that is known. I know you can, Marcin. He does have it in the art, but he doesn't have it here. He doesn't have it on the sprite. So... So somebody said Sonic Spinball. Sure, why not? Why not? We did a full playthrough of Sonic Spinball on the channel as well, so another one that's worth checking out. You can find the full playlist of Sonic the Hedgehog games if you go to the channel and click on the playlists. Alright. And I didn't wait long enough. Okay, I actually have a mix of this song that I used to listen to all the time in high school. It was by a furry DJ called Truxton, which had some really cool music, and I don't know if they still make music or if there's a problem or anything, but hey, it was a good mix. I think it was called Plan Your Own Party Kit was the name of the song. And now I cannot hear this song without thinking about it. So Toxic Caves. Furry being furry trash? What? No, never. Never, never, never. All the time. I just don't stop. I've actually gotten all the rings in each stage before. It unlocks extra bonuses and stuff. That's really, really cool. But, yeah. Pinball. What can I say? Can't stop, won't stop. Exactly. Actually funny, I was on the phone with my mother the other day, specifically yesterday, and I was like, I was running her by some of the, I was running some of the things that I was planning by her, because I was like, hey mom, I was wondering if I could borrow the place for a video shoot and this and that sometime, and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever, and I was like, okay, one of the things she said to me made me chuckle. She's like, you're the one kid I don't have to worry about, and it's so weird because I thought I was gonna have to. I'm like, what? What the heck? Some of the things. Who in my chat likes pinball? To the point where they'd watch me play pinball for an entire day. Curiosity is struck. Because there are a few pinball games that I would love to play. Like, do full runs on the channel. Oh, we're going up. Nah. Well, I have a game called Flipnik, and it's based on old 70s arcade pinball machines. It's for the PS2. It was developed by Sony, and at least in the States, it was published by Capcom. And it's got some really cool board themes, and everything keeps moving. It's kind of like Spinball in a way, because it's got so many unlockables and stuff. It's got a lot of cool stuff. I saw Slaughterhouse earlier. Or Splatterhouse, my bad, not Slaughterhouse. So let's do that. 2 or 3, folks? I think it was 2. Let's go with 2. She's cool. So, if anybody has another game that they'd like to see, go for it. I have Pinball Wizard. I'm not great at pinball, but I like playing it. I know a bunch of really cool tricks in pinball. Does not mean that I am good at pinball. Yeah. Creepy. Shinobi 3? Shinobi 3 is a good one. Slaughterhouse? Geometry Dash? I don't even know what Geometry Dash is. Is that like a mobile game? I think I'm good. Oh, we could do Bubsy! I actually have plans to cover Bubsy on the channel. Sure, let's do Shinobi though. Shadow Dancer. It's a rhythm platformer. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, I do every now and again. I play a lot of Resident Evil. I'm excited for that new, all of the new projects that are, Silent Hill related. Those all seem really cool. I'm also a bit excited for... Fun fact about Shinobi 3, I believe it was one of the few titles that Sega delayed back in the day. They had a release date, people played it, didn't like it, so they went back to the drawing board and reworked it. Some more people liked it the second time around, gave it a release date, then decided not enough people liked it, and reworked it again. Until we got Shinobi 3, which is a fantastic title. Trap. Oh, I should not have done that. Did not need to do that. All right. Who is Bubsy? I think it's an animal. No. Bubsy is a game series. Bubsy the Bobcat is a mascot platformer for Accolade. He recently got a new game on the PlayStation 4. It was pretty good. And by recently, I mean it was like 2017. But Bubsy's a set of very flawed games that I like for no particular reason. Other than funny Bobcat make pun. And I like the design. Actually wanted to pre-order Bubsy. Some people are going, he likes Bubsy, his opinion no longer matters! And it's like, yeah, okay. Keep thinking that, bud. But, yeah. one of those things where it's like, I like it, but I don't have, like, a good reason behind liking it other than I like it. I got the Dolphins alright. I beat Echo Jr. in the car before, and it made me, like, seasick. Car sick, technically, but, like, seasick. I just love Shinobi. It's so good. I don't know if my gameplay skills are good enough, but... Okay, he's heavily guarded. Dang it, you can actually hit him, like, right in the head if you angle your hitbox just right. Come on. Yeah, I know about the running, but, like... Ninjas are supposed to be quiet. They can be fast when they want to be. But being fast, actually makes you louder. In a lot of cases. So for a lot of these stages, I like playing it at kind of my own pace. Oh, come on. This duel has to be over here soon. Dang it. Alright. We have seen... So, I've heard Bubsy. How's everybody doing? Everybody having fun? I got Bubsy and Bubsy 2, but we'll play Bubsy 1. I've got it on here. But Return of the Joker and Revenge of the Joker are two different games. Bubsy. This is Bubsy. He's better known for his terrible PlayStation 1 game. He also has fall damage. It's a platformer where you get from point A to point B. There's lots of little physical gags and stuff. There is a story behind this game, and I think it endears the character. To me, at least. And I'd like to tell it. Because I think it changes perspectives on how everyone looks at Bubsy. So, at Accolade, there was a writer who wrote for visual novel-style games on the PC. Specifically, the Amiga. However, he wanted to make a platformer. The boss at Accolade told him no every time he asked. Then Sonic the Hedgehog got big. And then he asked again, and they said, fine, you can, if you write me an essay over the proper fundamentals of Sonic the Hedgehog. And what makes it a good game. And he did! And the boss liked it. So they gave him permission to make Bubsy. At which point, there was a lot of corporate meddling, and Bubsy didn't turn out to be the character that the creator even wanted him to be. However, it didn't stop him from making more, and more Bubsy. They wanted to delay Bubsy 3 so they could make the game better. The devs at the bosses at Accolade said no. Bubsy can be a good game. Bubsy has an interesting story. But I'm gonna be honest, if you want to play this series, just play Fractured Tales of Furry Claws on PlayStation 4. The two most recent games are your best bet, because they're the two best games. I don't think these games are good. I just like the character. You need to know nothing to go into these games, by the way. He's a bobcat with an exclamation point on his shirt. Anyways. I see zombies ain't my neighbors. We can do that. Why not? Why not? Oh, you guys are going crazy. Alright. Gonna keep firing this. Zombies ate my neighbors. It's, definitely a game. A game that has certainly glitched out on me for some reason. This is actually available on modern platforms. You can blame Disney for that. I don't know if it's a good port. I just know it's a port. I've never been impressed with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Like, it's a game. It's a top-down shooter where you get people. But it just feels like Robotector with a bigger screen. Which I know is weird. It just feels like Robotector. Anyways. Casey, that was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Like I said, I've always been unimpressed with the game. Alright. Let's see what else we can do for roughly about 20-ish minutes. Anybody got any other games they want to see? Why are we talking about the Imperial system? Sonic 1, that's a fair pick. That is a fair pick. We will go try some Sonic 1 real quick. And because people kept talking about certain things. Because I remember people bringing it up the other day. No, of course, it was always like this. Yes, this did just come in the ROM folder of things I downloaded. Which makes it all the funnier. Yeah, I love that. They added a collision right there just to mess with people. Like, no, 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 no. It's always like that. No, not really, Marcin. I don't really care if you analyze the joke. If you presume it... Okay, a funny joke is... A truly funny, hilarious joke shall be funny regardless of if it is explained or not. If you explain it right. Not every joke works like this, of course. Sylveon, you are a bit of a joke. But you're a joke that we keep around. You're a fun joke, not a funny joke. I wish there was just more spikes. Oh, man. Alright. How's everybody in chat holding up? Yeah, no. I enjoy having everybody in chat right now, around, so... Do not worry. Most of what I say is a joke. If it relates to people, unless I'm being dead serious, it's probably either a joke or I don't actually take it that seriously. Like right now, I'm just kind of vibing. I'm sitting here, I'm getting Chaos Emeralds. Alright. Oh, okay, that was funny. Alright. But yeah, no, I'm in the mood to do more collaborations with people. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I'd like to do a few different collaborations with different people, but I know a lot of people don't really... Like, I am somebody who's like, yeah, sure, let's totally do it. My problem is I'm just waiting on my fursuit head to get done. Because a lot of what I want to do is, like, filming collaborations. Like, I'd like to be able to just sit in front of a camera, in front of my microphone, and do my little spiels that way. With my fursuit head on, that way then you guys aren't looking at, like, a drawing of me. That way then, you know, it just feels a little bit more personable. Because, like, I have props, I have games I can pull out as, like, explanation, as I'm explaining things to help people get a better picture than just with gameplay. And, you know, I just don't have... The head's just not done yet. I'm not the one making it, so... It's one of the few times where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna let someone else do it. I'm just worried about messing up my own character. That's all. Nothing more to it. Oh. No UFOs, question mark? No, 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 this is Sonic 1 Gaslight Edition. Why would there be UFOs? It changes little things, Casey. Not huge things like that. Just enough is wrong here to make people go, what? Especially the diehard people. Alright. Well, aside from Sonic 1, let's go ahead and try something else here. I'm just kind of going through and, Oh, you do Super Fantasy Zone for a little bit. Smurfs. Nah, I'm not playing Smurfs. I feel like that's a quick way to end poorly. Not quite a high point for the Genesis. Meanwhile... Phantasy Star is absolutely a high point, especially for me. Boop. Might be a cute, might be a cute 'em up, but you know. For those who don't know, there is a genre of shoot 'em up called cute 'em up. Cute 'em ups are often cuter than most shoot 'em ups. Like, unlike the space theme, we've got this weird fantasy theme. But the real difference is difficulty. They're often a little easier or harder than normal shoot 'em ups. In the case of Phantasy Star here, or Fantasy Zone here, it's a little bit of both. Alright, a nice big wide shot. We can move around a little bit faster. This also had a port to Switch that is really, really good. Alright. And the screen locks. And in comes a boss. And I died. I do wish that this was just like a game on a super big screen. Imagine this with like a 360 screen. Like, that'd be so cool. I don't know why, it just sounds like a really cool thing to me. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Dang it. Alright. Got Super Donkey Kong 99. There's another bootleg. I don't know what the chat's going on about, but I'm having fun. You ever just want to play Donkey Kong 3, but you want to play as Donkey Kong? But you also want to play a bootleg. I think I've brought this... I think I bring this one out about every time that there is ever a discussion on a bootleg. Not because this one is surprisingly a bit more competent than that Mega Man X bootleg. I know, it's absurd. Donkey Kong? What? Screaming enemies? I don't know. I don't even think this music is Donkey Kong related. Anyways... beat the stage. Anyways. Bubble bubble, why not? Oh, the audio broke. Let's try it again real quick. Oh, no, audio is just busted on this. Great. You ever want to listen to E? Yeah, it crashed. Here's another fun bootleg. We'll just finish it up with bootlegs. Why not? People were talking about Mario in the chat earlier. Beyond Oasis? That's a good one. That is a definite good one. What is it with the Genesis and gems? You ever want to play Lost Levels, but it plays nothing like Lost Levels? There's boxes all over the place. Yeah, me either. Why am I doing it? Well, not all ROM dumps that I have are great, so... Alright. You guys said Beyond Oasis. We'll finish it up with Beyond Oasis. The game is a really cool game that I'd love to... I'd love to play it for the channel, but I need to actually finish it myself. This is another one that's on the Nintendo Switch Online, so... worth a look at. If I remember correctly, in Japan, it's the story of Thor. Close enough. Not much was changed in between bringing it over. But it is definitely a Zelda-like. Just kind of having a good old time. Just slice and stab and spin my D-pad to do a jumping slash like that. It's one of those games where it's like, nobody talks about this, but they really should. Hello, KE949. The sprites are so smooth. Yes, they are. I just really like it. This game is definitely one of the best. That's about all I have for today, honestly. This game's often included on a lot of Genesis collections. But yeah. Big game, lots of stuff to do. Definitely an inspiration if you're at all getting into game design at all. This game has had a ton of inspiration in young game developers. Specifically, indie developers. No, I don't really know where I'm going or what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going and doing. Granted, that's kind of par for the course for variety streams, right? How about we pick out one last one to finish us off here, because... you know what? Let's go with Double Dragon. Double Dragon's got a new game. I think it comes out in 2 days or so. Why not? We're not showing us Smurfs, Chrono. Sorry. I will, however, show off Double Dragon, because I like Double Dragon. 2 is a little better, but yeah, why not? Let's do 2. Fine. I'll do Smurfs after we do Double Dragon 2 for just a little bit. How you doing, Artie? Smurf these nuts. The arranged soundtrack for Double Dragon 2 is so good. It's got vocal tracks and everything. Even if I do suck at this game. Alright, to Smurfs we go. You're sick? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, friendo. I hope you get better. I can't believe I'm showing off Smurfs. As the final game, you guys want Smurfs. Do you want Smurfs or Smurfs 2? I can't believe I'm even asking this. No, you haven't. Smuff. Oh my god, 2. Oh gosh, of course, because sequels are always better, right? When do the memes start on the channel? I don't know, when I start playing Smurfs. I guess we'll choose England, because it's English. You'll save that for next stream when you can join. Alright, that sounds like a plan. If I can keep it to memory. Welcome to a game where you cannot... Oh, I can do a little kick. Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Fine, I'll show up the first one. There's America and Smurf lore. Well, Smurfs take place in, Germany or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about Smurfs. I think you just pick a spoken language. For all the text that we're not gonna read. Weird. Oh wait, is this just the same game? It's at least got the same sprites and uses I swear to you, this is just gonna be the same game, isn't it? I have no kick, by the way. I have no attacks whatsoever. Shit. I'm gonna put something else on. I'm gonna go back to Double Dragon just to do the ending with some good music, because what the fuck what the hell is Smurfs? That is a question I will ask till the end of time. What the hell is a Smurf? Oh shit. Oh cool, you guys haven't been able to hear anything about these games, not even the audio. Oh, that's interesting. It said to let me know if the audio's fucked, but alright. A lot of people weren't there for that. Alright, folks, if you guys have been enjoying this video, please drop a like and subscribe and share it with a friend. I might do another one of these variety streams somewhere down the line, so please stick around. When Casey gets back, we'll probably be doing more Mega Man Zero. I know I promised it for today, but I'm like, I don't want to continue without her. So, you guys can follow me on Twitter at GavinDragonYT. You can donate to the PayPal link on your screen or in the description below, and there is also going to be stuff on your screen to click on once the YouTube gets done processing this stuff. You can also check out the channel to see all sorts of different videos. So, with all that being said, though, I have been your humble host. Oh, can't forget, there's also a Discord down below that you guys can join, and a Telegram. But yeah, I've been your humble host. Good night, everybody.